All right, so today is brought to you by a six pack of Blue Moon and 94-degree weather in Austin, Texas. So that's a little bit of an intro to what's going on in here as far as the environment goes. I'm in the back of a U-Haul, a 15-foot U-Haul moving truck, loading stuff out of a garage all by myself. I am sweaty as hell. I'm sure I smell wonderful. And I have a lot of thoughts right now, and I guess I need to ease my mind some way, somehow, and vent a little bit. So, right now, to be direct, to let you know where I'm at right now, I'm moving things out of a garage all by myself, and it's a lot of stuff that I'm packing into this 15-foot U-Haul moving truck, and none of this stuff is mine. And why is none of this stuff mine? Because my 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 partner has a whole bunch of things that she had to move out of her previously deceased parents' house. A lot of what I would say is hoarding material. A lot of items that I would classify as hoarding. And, and they range from sizes and weights. From some are heavy as hell, some are light. But this is a lot of boxes. It's a lot of items that I'm moving all by myself in this heat. And it is making me think of a lot of things right now. I was debating whether or not I should go about making a video, but the thought of it is on my mind, really eating away at me, that I need to at least document how I feel right now. So maybe at a later day I can come back to this and reflect on whether or not was I accurate in my reflections of what I was going on during this moment or not. Whatever the case is, I feel the need to release yet another post, another upload onto YouTube of Raw Beacon. This is going to be Raw Beacon number 5. Welcome. If you are new here, these are just my thoughts, raw and uncut. So there will be no cutting. This is just me recording for ideally 1 hour straight of me essentially talking to myself. But this can also be interpreted as me speaking into the void. Whoever's ear is on the other side, you're welcome. Or thank you for listening. He or she, you, whoever you are, thank you for listening to this and giving me your time. All right, so I am drinking my fourth Blue Moon. It's kind of warm now because it is 94 degrees outside. I am in Austin, Texas, and the sun is not being nice right now. There's not too much wind, so I'm experiencing all 94 degrees. Oh, and look, there's a fire truck. There's a fire truck in the apartment complex right now. It's that hot that a fire truck is navigating its way around this apartment complex. Surely there's not a fire. Surely they're just here for some sort of emergency that's related that they get roped up into. But I kind of find it ironic that it's hot as hell, and this isn't even the hottest that Texas gets, mind you. So understand that if you're a Texas native, you've been living in Texas for quite some time, 94 degrees, you're probably thinking of 94 just like, oh, that's cute. Understand me. I know it's going to get worse. It will get way worse. This is just the dress rehearsal. I understand that. So, what is going on with me? I am moving things into the back of a 15-foot U-Haul all by myself, things that are not my own, things that I've been thinking about for quite some time. Once they have been introduced to the attached garage to this apartment where I am staying, I knew on the onset of this event that it wouldn't be the person that brought in these individual items. It would be me that would be the one moving these items by myself. You know, one of the perks of being the man, being the provider, as some shall say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm stuck with. And it's making me think of things like, I want to say excuse the background noise of all the cars, but really it is what it is. If you are still listening at this point, you are down for the long haul, probably, but I'm not going to apologize for the background noise because life is noisy. Life is full of the unpredictable. It's full of everything. So you're getting you're not going to get clean audio. Literally physically standing in the back of this 15-foot U-Haul moving truck, looking at all these items back here, all these boxes full of things that are not going to get used. So my thought goes to, so for hoarders, for hoarding material, things of that matter, I'm looking at a lot of these things that were owned partially or wholly by people that are currently deceased. So what exactly is what is the purpose of all these items? They are not, you can't use, for what I'm looking at right now, you can't use all these items. So these items are just going to take up space continually until they are disposed of. If they are disposed of. If they are not disposed of, they are literally just taking up space to that someone's going to pay for. That someone is me, that I am going to be the one paying for this stuff for ideally the temporary amount of time that I have stated that I will pay for these items. If it were up to me, all this should be thrown into a landfill, incinerated. It should be deleted because it obviously does not serve a purpose. I understand memorabilia and going down memory lane, and you want to look back on stuff and feel like, oh, I remember those times. But what I'm looking at right now is excessive. And that's to put it lightly. This is excessive because within these things that I am looking at, there are vinyl records, there are DVDs to watch, like movie DVDs. And when we're talking about vinyls and we're talking about DVDs, we're talking about items where to fully appreciate this individual item, you are going to have to sacrifice a period of time that is beyond looking at a photo, which should take only 5-10 seconds, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, if you're really just diving down the memories of, oh, I remember the time that I was this age and I was listening to this for the first time, or whatever the hell might come to your mind. I'm looking at a lot of material that would take a lot of time in order to consume all of this. So these particular items, I feel, the best case scenario, these should be sold to whatever jackass is willing to buy them. Let it take their time, not mine. But again, these are not my individual possessions. These are the possessions of someone else, but I am the man. I am the provider. I am the breadwinner. I am the money getter, the coin collector. This is me. Hi, how are you? Welcome. So, with that being said, I'm in a fucked up position. I'm probably not going to expound on the depth that this situation that I am under really requires, because it would require, what is the word? I don't know, but it would require me exposing a lot of information that is not solely mine to expose. And I'm trying to, at the very least, be courteous or be respectful, at least, of someone else's private information. So with that being said, I at least have some fucks to give, given the situation that I am in. So one of the things that are on my mind is, how much do you love your partner? What is the definition? What is the definition of love? How much are you willing to go through for your partner? And for those things that you're willing to go through, do you define that as love? Because if that is the case, at what point do you get to, how much is too much that you are willing to go through? To how much is too much work, effort, whatever you want to call it? How much is too much that you're willing to go through for the sake of love? I'm over here thinking to myself, is what I'm doing right now, is this love? Is moving out all this stuff, and I don't want to say, understand me. You're not really going to understand me, but I will attempt to give you somewhat of enough information to understand where I'm coming from. This stuff is not heavy. This stuff is not too heavy for me to lift, so I'm not being a bitch, although I do feel like a bitch in this particular situation that I find myself in, because I feel, whether or not these feelings are brought on by the alcohol that I am consuming, I feel like I am being taken advantage of. I feel like I have been taken advantage of. And okay, some of the veil is being lifted up, and you're seeing a little bit more of me, the me that you have come to, or that you are being introduced to. This is a side of me that is pretty raw. There's more rawness that can be performed, but right now I want to ease you in. There are certain constraints that I'm under where I am trying to be respectful. And to be respectful is it's taxing, because I have to censor myself. I have to be vague, and I don't really want to be vague. I want to pass along this information, maybe not to a specific person, but I want this to be an upload that represents the current situation that I am living currently, physically living currently. What is the date today? All right, because the time is 3:39 p.m. and the date is Friday, July 3rd. The 4th of July is tomorrow, and the year is 2026. So if you're listening to this in 2027, 2028, 2030, whatever year you're listening to it in, this is what I'm going through right now. So in this heat, while I'm sweating from my armpits, my forearms, I'm sweating down my elbow, I'm sweating down my back, my thighs, my balls are sweating, my ass cheeks are sweating. There's sweat in between everywhere right now. And I mean, it is what it is, because, this is Blue Moon number 4 and I'm dealing with it, but not happily. So that's the situation that I'm in. At least that's part of it. So what's happening right now is that every box that I'm pulling out of this garage that has just been placed there in a disorderly way, I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I even doing what it is that I am doing right now? Is this love? This is something that has me scratching my head, wondering, why? And to put it short, I'm thinking to myself that it is because I'm currently, at least the way that I'm thinking about it right now, I'm being a little bitch. But I'm in love. This is what you do for your partner. So if that's the thought process, so this partner who has brought in all these hoarding items from the hoard, What was going through their mind when they brought all these individual items? They had to have thought that, oh, well, shoot, I'm bringing all these items, but I'm not going to deal with them myself. So you know what? My lovable boyfriend, he's going to move this stuff for me. That's the best case scenario because I still have a heart. Apparently, I don't even think it's really a heart. I don't think it's really about having a heart. That's a Mustang that you hear. Sounds beautiful. I used to have one, a 2017 Mustang, and I do miss that. I do miss that car. Now I'm driving a 2022 Altima, and it's reliable, so that's great. Good gas mileage. Again, you're going to hear background noise. Suck it the fuck up, you motherfuckers. Because if you are listening, and pulling up behind me is a pickup truck hauling what looks like junk. Okay, it's junk. Never mind that. Anyway, so what's going through the partner's mind when they're bringing in all these individual items that surely, I don't think it is a thought that crossed through their mind that they themselves are going to have to move these particular items. I think in the back of their head, they were hoping that, my graceful, my boyfriend, oh my God, he's strong. He has muscles and he wouldn't mind moving all this shit. Well, no, I do mind moving all this stuff because there's better things I could be doing with my time. I could be drinking more alcohol, but I'm limited to this six pack of Blue Moon that I'm sipping on right now. Besides that, I could be working out. I could be getting a proper workout, not just working out, moving these individual boxes. However, I've been lazy lately and have not been to the gym. So, the other day I was in the shower, showering myself, washing myself, making sure that I am clean. Another Mustang. Life is really teasing me. Yeah, life is really teasing me right now because I do want another sports car. It would be nice because I feel like I am making enough money to be able to afford a second car beyond this Altima, 2022 Altima that I'm paying $448 a month for, that I'm currently, I think I still have 18 and some amount of money left, 18,000 left to pay it off fully. It just would not be a wise financial decision to go ahead and buy a sports car right now. But there's also the issue of, if I buy that sports car, what is my partner going to think? And this is bitch thinking, man. This is definitely not thinking where I don't think, sure, some people might say, well, that's being a responsible adult. You're being a responsible man considering whether or not that's a good financial decision. But right now I am funding my own discomfort, and I might leave this term right here and pick it up at a later time in another upload. Maybe this might be in Raw Beacon number 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, whatever the hell it might be. But the term to hold on to is funding my own discomfort. So, being the provider, being the man that I am right now, I am paying 100% for the rent, the electricity, all the bills, whatever the case may be, everything that costs money, the food, all these things, I am paying for them by myself. I am funding everything. And a lot of this makes me uncomfortable. So that's why I end up saying things such as funding my own discomfort, because my food budget alone, asterisk, is like $400. For my partner, it's $480 just for food. I know. Whatever it is, whatever you want to say to that, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Go ahead and engage with this video. I'd like to see what you have to say about this. But the rent for this apartment alone, what I pay on the monthly, is like $2,100 and some change. That might include some dollars, so it might be $2,102 and whatever the hell it might be. But you know, I'm paying for the gas bill. I'm paying for the, what else am I paying for? The electric bill, and all these things. I don't know. It adds up to a lot. You know, I need a re-budget to kind of see like where I am currently. Anyways, let's return back to where I am, why I am in this situation right now. I am in the back of a 15-foot U-Haul moving truck staring at a whole bunch of hoarding material that, so I'm a minimalist type of person. There is more to my identity than that. I'm like, to see all these things that serve no direct purpose, it hurts me. These aren't even that I can, you know, conclude. These aren't even investment items. These are just things, physical things, materials that are just taking up space. Wonderful, right? These are things that are just taking up space. They are going to generate $0 over the time that they are being paid for, to be packed into a storage unit that I will be paying for, mind you. I not happily, but I will be paying for this storage unit. Why am I paying for the storage unit? So, to anybody who is younger, since I guess if you are young and you are listening to this message, I'm 33 right now. It's 2026. The day is July 3rd. I am 33 right now. My birthday is May 24th. I am a Gemini. So take from that what you will. Anyways, there is a trap that exists of the stay-at-home mother. And I am in the middle of that trap right now. The stay-at-home mother. The stay-at-home mother generally does not generate any income. Generally, she's staying at home. She's not working. However, this situation is a little bit more difficult than the general stay-at-home mother situation, because your situation might be different if you think you're in a similar situation, because your stay-at-home mother might have family and friends that she can lean on, as far as childcare goes and all that stuff. No, that does not exist in my situation. At least this does not seem. Well, the parents again are deceased. My parents live in a different city. There's no family to go to over here. So stay-at-home mother, I understand that you are staying at home all day with the children. But hindsight is 2020. If I were able to take my knowledge right now and speak to myself maybe, 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago that I got into this relationship, and I was able to talk to that version of me, I would shake him and be like, you stupid, foolish fool, you stupid motherfucker. No. But because I'm a guy and I do like me my share of vagina, my share of things of that nature that is just built in, baked into my biology. I today find myself down a route. I find myself today going down a path that the smarter me, the wise me would not have gone down. But, you know, I'm in the middle of it right now. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do, really? You know? I don't know. I'm not sure what else to really say, dude. There is more, but, you know, I gotta ease y'all into like what's Beacon going through, man. He's a well-spoken black man. He can he can communicate what he's going through. But right now I have a little bit too much respect to give. Really, I need to respect myself more. All this respect that I'm giving to other people, I need to respect myself more. I need to be more selfish. There's a negative connotation that is attached to being selfish. But you, Mr. Listener, Miss Listener, whoever you are, I think you could benefit from being selfish. Because if you choose to be too selfless, you might just end up in a situation that you are going to feel dumb. You're going to feel silly for putting yourself in. Go ahead and let that sink in with you. For those who are listening and this is really hitting you hard and you feel like, oh, this guy, he's speaking my language. It's almost like he knows me. Well, you know, I guess it is what it is. So at heart, I feel like I'm really a villain. My villain arc is pending, but it's like subconsciously, I'm like fighting against it because I do have the asshole gene is in me, but for whatever reason, I have like this issue of having a heart where I care and I'm what is it, empathetic, where I'm thinking about other people's situation and I'm like, oh man, that would be really, I would be responsible for putting somebody in a pretty tough situation that I know that they're not prepared to be in. So where does that leave me? Am I supposed to chip away at myself until there is no more? Where exactly does that leave me? What about me? What about me? Me. Yes, right now, I'm going to be selfish because this situation that I'm in is fucking retarded. It was avoidable. It is avoidable. It is divertible. I could divert from this situation, and I was going to divert from the situation, but recently I made a mistake that I am currently regretting right now. You see, I had the bright idea to move myself into a studio apartment and then move Miss Stay-at-home mother into a 3-bedroom apartment because I care. Because I'm like, okay, well, hey, you don't have any income right now. I'm willing to put myself on a financial chopping block and stress myself the fuck out just so I can get some kind of peace. The idea was to get some kind of peace because the domestic situation, the day-to-day domestic situation, not a good situation for someone to even consider putting themselves in such a position to pay for 2 separate apartments. Hopefully you give the extra time to think about why would someone even think about doing that. No, it's not just to get bitches. It's not even to get bitches. It's just to get peace. Something that I have not had for sustained peace. I have not experienced that for quite a bit of time. And I'm at my tipping point right now where something has to be done. And it has to be done soon for the sake of my mental health. There's a big mental health and being conscious or aware of your mental health. There's a whole thing going on nowadays, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because, the culture is now aware of your mental health and how important it is. I'm just in tune with myself. I am my body. I am my feet. I am my hands, I am my eyes, I am my head, I am my body, I am the physical, animated skin suit that is speaking to you right now. Thank you. You're 30 minutes in. You are a trooper. Go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back. You know, thank you for being here. And also, you're welcome. So, all these things, hoarding materials, these serve no purpose. They're literally moved from point A to point B in order to just sit and exist and for someone to be responsible for their existence. And that's not sitting right with me, man. Financially, I'm looking at the things that are going to be a portion of the financial strain that is going to be put on me because I'm Mr. Masculine. I'm Mr. Provider. I'm the man, you know? And that's a double-edged sword. If you are funding the lifestyle of a stay-at-home mother who is not quite living up to the expectations of a stay-at-home mother, you know, for those individuals, yeah, okay, I'll bring you in a little bit closer. You're a little bit more relatable to the kind of person I'm speaking to right now, I guess. So, I don't know. Garage full of stuff. This truck is almost, I would say, a third full. There's still more stuff in the garage, but I have to place things in a certain way in the truck because that's just how my mind works. I'm like, hey, okay, the heavy stuff needs to be up front, and up front meaning not at the tail of the moving truck, but at the front part that's closer to the cab, closer to that part, which is gonna be fucked up when I finally get to the destination for where it's gonna be. I'm gonna have all the light stuff. Anyways, this is just how my mind works, man. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what I'm doing. So while I was moving things in the garage, I'm looking currently at Larry Harmon's 1991 45 RPM Bozo the Clown, the Beast with the Least. I'm looking at the cover of this. I guess this is like a mini vinyl. I don't know what the proper term to call it is, but it's a mini vinyl. So it says book and record at the signal. Turn the page and follow along. Anyways, but Bozo the Clown, the Beast with the Least. Anyways, I looked at it and something spoke to me because I do feel like a clown. I do feel like Bozo the Clown because I'm so-called in love. Allegedly. I'm not in love. The remnants of love is just still on me. And I'm not quite, I am not fully embodying the villain arc that is to be. Now, when I say villain, this is with an asterisk because I don't necessarily feel like it's the bad or the wrong thing to do, but the direction that I feel like I need to pull my life in, there are people that might frown upon the choices that I would make because they are all good people. I don't feel like I'm a good person. I'm at the very least I'm a person. The proportion of good and whatever would be on the other side of good is I don't think there's like a lot of good. You know, I am for the most part respectful of my environment and the public and things of that nature. I do have a sense of accountability and responsibility and things of that nature. But what I do not enjoy is being taken advantage of. That sucks. That doesn't seem fair. So I am seeking balance. I'm seeking balance, peace, relatively more peace than I am experiencing at this point in time. So that's where I'm at. My character right now. I mean, hindsight is 2020, and if I could go back, I would and with be able to have this knowledge that I have right now, I would tell myself, first of all, if I could go back into 20, what is it, 4 years from now, 2022 is when shit started. Like that is the when things started to change. So I guess I would have to go back to 2022, wherever I was at in 2022, and murder myself. I would slit my own throat. I'd figure out how to dump my own body. And I would continue on from there. Because I guess that's what I have to do, right? If I go back in time, if time travel is, if it's a thing. Yeah, so I think I feel sufficiently, this energy, this negative energy, I feel like it has been sufficiently taken out. So we are going to enter the conclusion phase of this upload, because I still have more work to do. I still have more beer to drink. I have after I finish this fourth beer, I got 2 more beers, and it's 94 degrees, so I need to drink them pretty fast. Otherwise, they're going to be warm, and who wants to drink a warm beer? So if I had some advice for someone who is 20 years old right now, or 18, I would say, you should probably, if you're somebody who goons out. That is a word. That's a temporary term for this period of time. But if you are a person who watches a lot of adult material, or you're someone who, lusts after women, I would say, nah, brother. Focus on yourself, dude. Because once you get to a point where you impregnate a woman, you are getting yourself into some shit that you have not experienced before. So it's newness. It is a defining point in your life where things change. So I would say, if you're, that age and you're making some decent money, you're at least working, you've been working for a while, you at least have that work ethic in you where you feel the need to work and to stack your money up and things of that nature, then you need to continue down this path. If you are lonely, you need to chill the fuck out. Because if you want to trade loneliness for being stressed the hell out by being in a situation like having children, and that situation stresses you out, then dude, you need to chill the hell out. If you're lonely, I would imagine you just wanna fuck somebody, dude. And in that situation, you get you a prostitute, brother. Get you a sex worker, whatever they're calling them nowadays. Get you one of those and just get that venom out of your system. Your loneliness is just you need to chill out. You need to get your mind right, brother. Because there is worse than your loneliness that you're experiencing at 18 years old, at 20 years old, 25, whatever this loneliness is that you're feeling, dude, you still have more growing up to do. So, from my from my point, there are people that are older than me. Again, I am 33 years old. There are probably people that are older than me listening to this right now that are 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, whatever age you are, that are that age, and then they're lonely and they're just like, well, you know, I made it to this age and I'm lonely. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have any kids or whatever the hell. Everybody, you need to understand that your choices have consequences, and when you make these choices, you need to have the knowledge of the consequences, the risks that you might face, and you need to deal with it, because when that time comes, you need to not be surprised, because no one's going to. The only thing anyone else can be, once you start voicing your woes, your sorrows, your whatever the hell is, they're just gonna say, oh, you poor whatever the hell, and they're gonna say things of that nature. How does that benefit you? It doesn't benefit you. So, I mean, if you want people to feel sorry for you, you need to, don't feel that way, because how does that benefit you? People feeling sorry for you. What are you trying to siphon money out of other people? Come on, dude. Anyways. So I guess there's 19 more minutes now. You are 41 minutes and 18 seconds in. You are a real trooper if you made it into this to this point in this video. I'm leaking right now. I'm sweating like a motherfucker. A fly is attacking me because it smells what I would assume is the equivalent to a delicious buffet, this fast food of some sort. And this fly is like, oh shit, this guy smells like shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Baking in the back of this fucking moving truck. This is so stupid. This is such a foolish position that I'm finding myself in. But this is a snapshot of the time. So there's that. Hopefully in the future, if I ever look back on this, if I'm ever prompted to come back to this video due to your engagement, which I hope you leave a comment or something on this video. I hope, when I look back on this video, to kind of see like where I was at this time. Hopefully I'm in a better situation. I can understand that, okay, I did what I had to do, and there is that. And look back in a much more comfortable position and understand I did what I had to do. Don't feel bad. But nice guy. To be a nice guy, I guess right now I'm being a nice guy because of all the stuff that I'm doing right now. Don't be a nice guy. This is an electric car that you're hearing in the background reversing into their personal garage. It's kind of an annoying sound. It seems like a very unnecessary sound, but that's what they programmed to be the sound of a reversing. What it looked like a Toyota of some sort. Anyways, yeah, it's like a Toyota RAV4 looking, electric SUV of some sort. Don't be like me in these regards. If you're young enough to be able to steer your life in a direction that can avoid this, then you don't want to be in this position. You don't want to be nice. If you are childless, do not be in a rush to create children, because that complicates your life beyond more than you know. So if you're you just don't understand. Just think about like making would you sign up for an 18-year car payment? But it's beyond just a car payment. It's like a 18-year commitment, a 18-year daily commitment, which, don't get me wrong, my children are My children are healthy, and that's the most I can ask for as far as that goes. I see my daughter, I see my son regularly. I mean, I'm living with my son right now. Oh, oh, he has another baby mama. Yes, I do. So, yeah, don't be in, be smart. Take this wisdom. I guess I have wisdom in this situation. To those who do not have the wisdom, this is what I'm giving you. Let me crack open another blue moon. Let me. Oh, this shit is warm as fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, I'm trying to open this thing and I can't even open it. What the fuck is this? Okay. Alright. Just have to use my shirt. Because the bottle cap was like cutting into my hand. Oh, this is such a foolish. This is such a foolish situation. Don't be me right now. Don't be me right now. You want to be me financially? Like if you were to just have my financial situation, you want to be me right now. But everything else that I got going on currently right now, yeah, you don't want to be that part of me. Still trying to wrap my head in. Am I a bad person for feeling the way I do? I'm moving someone else's shit. It's not even my shit. It's like a majority of the shit of people that are no longer living. I'm not related to these people. And I'm moving their shit. I'm moving their hoarding material. And I'm a minimalist. I'm a person where I don't really believe in excess to the degree of what I'm dealing with right now. This seems avoidable. This had to have been avoidable. But I think the trick is like when you start adding stuff, you start acquiring stuff over and over and over again, you don't necessarily think of like at some point in time, I'm going to have to, or actually, you don't think of like, oh, I'm going to have to throw this stuff away. No, because you keep acquiring more stuff over and over and over and over and over again. So when you do that, you're just adding stuff. You forget the subtracting part. So if you are someone who believes in balance, you are, you are you are taking part in a process that is not balanced, and that's going to cause you some issues. If not for you, you're going to cause some issues for someone other than you, someone who has to deal with the stuff that you have acquired, all the collectibles, all the things that you just want to buy. Oh, this one thing is cool. This vinyl is cool. This shirt is cool. This, whatever the hell is cool. So let me add this. You're adding again and again. You're just acquiring things. You're just consuming. We have been conditioned to be consumers, but not conditioned to be people who understand balance, because balance is key. But balance doesn't necessarily that's not, is that good for the consumer? I guess for the smart consumer it's good for the smart consumer, but I don't think there is a lot of smart consumers. You know, I think the majority of consumers, at least in America, I'm speaking for America, we are not wise consumers, at least in the majority. I am not of amongst the minority, even though I am a minority. I am black. I am not a financial minority. So there's that. This is just a pitiful, this is a sad, this is an embarrassing situation that I'm in currently right now. Completely avoidable. Completely my fault. I am living the consequences of my own actions. And I'm having a very fun time. I'm not crying. Understand? I'm not sad. I'm just frustrated. That's fair enough, right? But I'm not searching for your approval. It is what it is. This is my life, and you're listening to it. You're welcome. But the life that I'm living is because I'm not being true. I am not being as true to myself as I should be in order to not get myself in these situations. There's a part of me that knows just exactly how villainous, how evil I could be. But I have not committed to be that person. Not yet. Because I care. So I guess caring is the issue. At least for me. I'm incrementally allowing in selfishness, but it is not at a rate that is where it should be. It's very slow. This is a very slow process, and it could be faster. It was faster. I did apply for and to get approved for an apartment, a studio apartment where I would be able to have my own space, but there's a stupid part of myself that started to think about, oh, is this the right thing to do? Should I do this? And then stupid me canceled the application. I withdrew from the application process. While everything was already set in stone, it was good to go. I just didn't sign the lease agreement, but everything was good to go. Everything was good. And I just had a thought that, oh man, this doesn't seem like the right thing to do. But the thing is, I've been ignoring my gut for a while now. And look at the position, look at the situation that has brought me, has put me in less than ideal. Right now, even just to make this video, I'm burning, what is it right now, 52 minutes. I'm burning 52 minutes of this process just to make this video, but I feel like it's entirely necessary because, I feel good after I at least, get this energy out. So there's that. The selfishness. How does this make me feel? Why do I feel entitled to feel this way? Well, I'm the person moving the shit. So I feel entitled to be frustrated with all this bullshit that I'm moving from point A to point B that does not benefit me in any way. I feel entitled to be able to say these things that I am being taken advantage of. I'm taking advantage of myself. I'm disrespecting myself. This is disrespectful to put on someone else to deal with trash, essentially hoarding material. This is very disrespectful to put somebody in the position of having to move from one point to another. It's very unfortunate, but I think I haven't, my upbringing of just being a child, I wasn't really taught enough about being selfish. So either that is a good thing or that is a bad thing. How I feel right now is that is a bad thing. Not so well, because this situation that I'm in doesn't exactly serve me too well, but it's being fueled by my compassion I suppose. And so now I'm in a point where my compassion has created an issue for me, and it's almost like it is a feedback loop of nonsense. So there is that. The nice guy. Don't be the nice guy. If you take anything from what I'm saying right now, do not be the nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I would say, me personally, I'm not a nice guy. I'm just an idiot. I'm a fool. You know? Right now I just scared to be a villain, I guess. No, scared to commit to being a villain. To some degree I am a villain, but 5% villain isn't really enough. And I'm not talking about abandon your kids. If you're someone who just abandoned your kid and you're not offering like financial support, I mean, shit, you're a different kind of villain. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to remove myself from a situation that is not serving me and is leading me down a path that will that is highly likely it will end in a situation that is not favorable for me. Your tolerance for anger and rage and things of that matter, when you are with someone who is disrespectful or any synonym to that, you really got to take this into consideration. People who take you for granted, you need to limit and or eliminate these people from your circle. You need to be selfish. Again, that's game. Listen, 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 listen. If you are wise, if you have the ears that are primed for wisdom, then you hear what I'm saying right now. Be selfish. Don't be taken advantage of. Your niceness, you have to understand your niceness, your compassion, all that stuff. The wrong person smells that shit. And that, it's like smelling, I would imagine it's like smelling a delicious meal. And that you just can't, you can't resist but take part in consuming that meal. That is what you are as a nice person. To the person that craves a nice person, the energy of a nice person, you're a meal. You're a buffet, baby. You don't want to be a buffet. You don't want to have somebody that is constantly consuming your energy. You don't want that. You don't want to be with somebody who is constantly taking from you. Because if your replenishment rate isn't high enough, they're taking and taking and taking, and you're never full. So you're constantly in a diluted state. You're in a diminished state. Time and time and time again. And that's not sustainable. Physics, man. Think about it in terms of physics. At some point in time, things gotta give. There's a breaking point. You don't want to get to that breaking point. You want to be wise enough to change directions before you get to that breaking point. You got to be wise. That's the thing. It's hard to be wise. It's easy to be stupid. It's easy to be a fool, to be silly. So, July 3rd, 2026, Today is what is it? It's a Friday, July 4th. The 4th of July is tomorrow. People are excited. Oh my God, it's the 4th of July weekend. Okay, so they're excited because they're going to drink and party and do things and all that stuff. And maybe they're off of work or whatever the hell. Some people still have to work on 4th of July weekend. I'm just fortunate enough that my schedule, I don't have to work. So, there's that. But this is the conclusion. You've been rocking with me for almost an hour now, and thank you. I don't really. I've been in the back of this truck for this long. I'm not going to stay back here. This is all I really have to say.